Hello students, today we will do law of transmission of pressure in fluids. Law of transmission of pressure in fluids. This law is also known as Pascal's law. It is also known as Pascal's law. You can see here what is the other name of this law. This is known as Pascal's law. Now, in the reduced ICSE syllabus, which has been reduced for the year 2021, now we don't have the examples, but the numericals are included. Examples we don't have, but the numericals, concept of Pascal's law and numericals, both are included in the syllabus. Means now no need to do the examples which are given here in the book, examples of hydraulic machines, that is not required. Though I will try to give some general idea of these hydraulic machines. It is clear. So what is the law of transmission of pressure in fluids? What is the Pascal's law? According to the Pascal's law, when pressure is applied in an enclosed fluid, enclosed means it is closed from all the sides. When pressure is applied in an enclosed fluid, then it is transmitted equally and undiminished in all parts of the liquid. Equally and undiminished in all parts of the fluid. According to it, when pressure is applied, in an enclosed fluid, then it is transmitted equally and undiminished. Undiminished means without reducing. It is transmitted equally and undiminished in all parts of fluid. In all parts of fluid. Means I am trying to explain by one example. Suppose here this is a closed container. This container is closed container, and here there is a movable piston. Here this is a movable piston. It's clear. So when you will press the piston in downward direction, you will apply some force. So what will happen? Some pressure will be developed. Suppose the pressure of 10 Newton per meter square has developed. So what will happen? The same pressure when you are not applying any force here, at that moment also the pressure is acting everywhere. Some pressure is acting here in the outward direction, here also, everywhere, because the liquid exerts the pressure in all the directions. Liquid exert pressure in all the directions, not only in the downward direction, they also exert pressure in the sideways as well as in the upward direction. In every direction they exert the pressure. So suppose some pressure is acting here, everywhere some pressure will act. When you will create some additional pressure, by pressing the piston. Suppose you have created an additional pressure of 10 Newton per meter square, that is 10 Pascal. What will happen? That additional pressure of 10 Pascal will be observed at every point. It will be observed here, it will be observed here, it will be observed here, it will be observed here. Everywhere it will be observed. That additional pressure which you have created, that will be observed. Besides the existing pressure which was already present there, Besides that, that additional pressure will also be absorbed. So what is the Pascal's law? According to the Pascal's law, when pressure is applied in an enclosed fluid, this is the enclosed term is very important. It will apply only for the enclosed fluid. When pressure is applied in an enclosed fluid, it is transmitted equally and undiminished in all parts of the liquid. In all parts of the liquid. And this principle can be used by using this principle, by using the Pascal's law, we can obtain more work at the less effort. Means more work can be done applying the smaller effort, and that I am going to show you. Some force multiplier machines are based upon this. Some hydraulic machines are the force multiplier machines. Force multiplier machines means in which we apply less effort and they overcome a heavy load. They overcome a heavy load. And how that heavy load will be overcome, so that you can see here. So I am going to here, one example has been shown in your book. You can open page 86. Page 86 of your book. It is clear? Chapter 4. It is figure 4.5, demonstration of Pascal's law. Demonstrations of Pascal's law. Here it is a round bottom flask, and from this round bottom flask, various upright tubes has been erected from its curved surface. One upright tube is this is this, third is this, fourth is this, from the different places, and this is the neck of the round bottom flask. In the neck of the round bottom flask, a piston is fixed. So see here, when you will press the piston, what will you find? You will find that in all the tubes which are erecting out from the different points of its curved surface, in all of them liquid will rise up to the same level. Liquid will rise up to the same level. It means the pressure which you have applied here in the neck through the piston, that had been transferred at different points. Equally and undiminished. And because of that, liquid is rising in each tube up to the same height. So that you can see here, jet of water reaching the same height. It is clear? So here this is the experimental demonstration of Pascal's law. Now applications of Pascal's law. So that already I have told. What is the application of Pascal's law? Pascal's law can be used to obtain gain in effort. That is, it is used as a force multiplier machine. By this we can overcome a heavy load by applying the smaller effort. And how will you do this? So here what will you do? You will apply the effort on the smaller piston. But when we observe its effect over the bigger size piston, then it will be more. And how, you can see here. Here a simple hydraulic machine I have drawn. In order to explain its force multiplying nature, I have taken a simple hydraulic machine. Here there are two vessels whose bottoms are interconnected by a tube. One vessel is having larger area of cross section while the other is having a smaller area of cross section. Now both the vessels are having airtight pistons. Here these are airtight pistons. And there is another piston here. both the pistons are airtight. Now all of you see here some liquid is filled in this. Here these are two vessels of different area of cross section whose bottoms are connected by a tube. Some liquid is filled here. That may be liquid or some gas, anything it can be. Now see here I have kept, suppose I have to raise some, it is acting as suppose hydraulic lift. I have to raise some heavy object here, some four-wheeler is kept here over this. And we have to raise this heavy object. It's clear that you can see in that service stations if you go, that is KTL and that जहाँ पर कार की सर्विसेज होती है, means repairing होती है, if you go there you can see this. So see here we have taken the area of this piston as A1 and area of this piston as A2. Area of cross section of that piston is A2. Here it is A1. Which one is more? A2 is more than A1. It is no need to tell you. It is clear. Suppose here I have kept some weights which are exerting what force? F1. I have put some weights and these weights are exerting force F1 over the piston. So weights put on the smaller piston, weights put on smaller piston. It is equal to F1. Means how much force is applied on the smaller piston? F1. Therefore, what will be the pressure produced? Pressure produced by smaller piston, by smaller piston on the fluid, on the liquid. So how much pressure it is producing? So P1 equals to F1 upon A1. Now according to the Pascal's law, what will happen? Since it is an enclosed fluid, this red color fluid is enclosed. It is closed from all the sides. It is nowhere open. It is an enclosed fluid. So what will happen? The pressure which you have applied here in the downward direction, will be transmitted equally and undiminished in all parts. Means it will be, what will happen? Here this additional pressure P1 will be start acting. At this point also this additional pressure will start acting. Here also this additional pressure P1 will start acting. Here also it will start acting. It's clear? But there will be no effect of that. It's clear? For example, when you have filled some liquid in this, what will happen? That liquid will exert the pressure over its walls. But ऐसा तो होता नहीं कि इसकी walls expand हो जाए. It's clear? That will take place only when the pressure is very high. Then means it is not able to bear that much pressure. As you have seen in the pressure cooker, sometimes it explodes. Why it explodes? Because the pressure which is developed inside the pressure cooker is more than the maximum pressure which that can bear. It's clear? Then it will explode. So here this additional pressure which has created, that will make no effect. But this is a movable piston, movable and frictionless piston. So what will happen here also? Pressure P1 will be developed. When pressure P1 will be developed, then how much force will start acting? So from Pascal's law, pressure acting on bigger piston, that will be equal to P1. Means this is the additional pressure. The pressure which was already acting will still act. It is clear. At that time it was not moving up, but now this additional pressure is acting. So because of this additional pressure, how much force will develop over this? How much force will develop over the bigger size piston? Therefore, force developed on bigger piston. What will be the force developed on the bigger piston? So as we know that pressure equals to force upon area. So what is force? It will be equal to pressure into area. How much pressure is acting? P1. It's clear. How much is the area? A2. So here this force we have denoted by the symbol F2 equals to P1 into A2. P1 into A2. It's clear. So now rest I am writing here. You can see here F2 equals to P1 into A2. So F2 equals to, what is P1? P1 equals to F1 upon A1. F1 upon A1 into A2. It's clear. You bring F1 in the denominator. So F2 upon F1 will be equal to A2 upon A1. Now you can see here A2 is greater than A1. A2 is bigger and A1 is smaller. So A2 upon A1 will be greater than 1. This is greater than 1, therefore F2 upon F1 will be greater than 1, or F2 will be greater than F1. It's clear? Means by applying a smaller force here, you have obtained a greater force in upward direction. You have obtained a greater force in upward direction. Here you are applying only 10 Newton, but over that 100 Newton force is acting. And because of that, anything which will be placed on this piston, because of that, what will happen? Piston will rise. And when piston will rise, what will happen? This thing, the object which is kept over the piston, that will also rise. So you see, once again, I am explaining it once again. You can see here what is Pascal's law. Pascal's law, when pressure is applied in an enclosed fluid, it is transmitted equally and undiminished in all parts of the liquid. Equally and undiminished means at every point the same amount of pressure will be transmitted. Now, by using this, we can obtain gain in force. We can obtain gain in force, means it can be used as a force multiplying machine. And how will you use it as a force multiplying machine? So a simple machine, hydraulic machine, I have shown here. Here there are two vessels. One is of narrower cross section, other is of broader cross section. Both are having airtight frictionless pistons. Their bottoms are interconnected by some tube. Now some fluid is filled here. Some fluid is filled here. Liquid is filled here. Now see here. Here over the smaller piston, some extra pressure is created by putting some weights or by applying force here. Some extra pressure is created. Suppose you have put the weights F1, so what will happen? Weight F1 will act in downward direction. Weight F1 will act in downward direction over the piston whose area is A1. Therefore, what will be the pressure produced by smaller piston on the liquid? this smaller piston will create how much pressure over this liquid? P1 F1 upon A1. P1 equals to F1 upon A1. Now this additional pressure will be transmitted equally and undiminished according to the Pascal's law, because this is a enclosed fluid. So at every point, including the points of this tube, points which are on the walls of this tube, including here also the points which are on the rigid boundary, everywhere this additional pressure will be created. That will also act here over this piston in upward direction, over this piston in upward direction. So the pressure P1 is acting over the piston whose area is A2. So how much force will be produced due to that pressure? F2 equals to P1 into A2. But the P1 is given F1 upon A1. So from here I have written this F1 upon A1 into A2. Now F1 you bring in this side. So F2 upon F1 equals to A2 upon A1. Now you can see here, since A2 is greater than A1, therefore A2 upon A1 will be greater than 1, because this is bigger, this is smaller, this is 10, this is 8. So what will happen? It will become more than 1. More than 1, therefore F2 upon F1 will also be more than 1. Means F2 will be greater than F1. Means here you are applying a smaller force, but at that point a greater force is observed. And when greater force will be observed, then any heavy object kept over that piston will be reached. Any heavy object kept over the bigger piston will be reached. So this is the basic principle of action of any hydraulic machine. This is the basic principle of action of any hydraulic machine. You can see in your book, principle of hydraulic machine, that we say as a principle of hydraulic machine. The principle of each hydraulic machine is that a small force applied on a smaller piston will produce a bigger force, a larger force on the larger size piston. A small force applied on a smaller piston will produce a bigger force on the bigger size piston. It's clear? So this is the basic formula here. You can remember this in this form. I am not writing here in this way. I am writing F1 upon A1 over the smaller piston. Smaller piston equals to F2 upon A2 over the bigger piston. This formula we will use in solving the numericals. In solving numericals we will use this formula. It's clear? Now after this, here examples of hydraulic machine is given. So these examples are based on the same principle. Only the constructional setup will be different. Here there may be difference in the constructional setup, but the effort you will always apply on the smaller piston. Load will be always kept over the bigger piston. In every hydraulic machine, effort will be always applied on the smaller piston and load will be always kept on the bigger piston. For example, if you see hydraulic press means it is used to compress the cotton bales. As you know that in cotton bales a large amount of air is trapped, and large amount of air is trapped, therefore they occupy a very large space. But when you will compress it, when you will take out the air, what will happen? When they will be compressed, air will be removed, they will occupy a small volume. So here you can see there are two pistons, piston A and piston B. In the diagram figure 4.7, you can see here the figure 4.7, this is the smaller piston A, bigger size piston B. Cotton bales are kept over the bigger size piston, and these cotton bales are compressed when the piston B rises up to the fixed roof. Piston is rising up to the fixed roof. It's clear? Means what is? This is the bigger size piston, cotton bales are kept. What will happen? When it will rise up to that fixed roof. So what will happen? That those cotton bales will be compressed in between roof and piston. Their air will be removed. Here effort you are applying where? On the smaller piston. On the smaller piston. Now second application is hydraulic jag. It is just like this hydraulic jag. It's clear? Here it is a smaller size piston, that is bigger size piston. You can see here figure 4.8, piston A, piston B. Effort is applied on the smaller piston and load is kept over the bigger piston. In here load is a car, and when a larger force will act over the bigger size piston, that piston will rise, therefore car will also rise. Then hydraulic brake. In hydraulic brake also there are two pistons. One is the smaller size piston and other is the bigger size piston. You can see here. Piston is of black color shown in the diagram. Piston is of black color shown in the diagram. This smaller size piston, it moves to and fro, it goes in and out in the master cylinder. While the bigger size piston, it is the piston B1, B2, it moves in the wheel cylinder. It moves, go in and out in the wheel cylinder. So when you will apply a force on the piston A from this foot pedal means that pedal which is operated by foot, by, as you have seen in the motorcycle, we apply the brakes with the help of foot. It's clear, there is a foot pedal. When you will press the foot pedal, what will happen? Those that is connected to the brake and brakes will come in contact of the wheel. So here effort is applied on the foot pedal and its effect is observed on the bigger size piston. It's clear? So though these applications, these are not in your course, but you remember that hydraulic machine is a force multiplier machine. It increases the effect of the effort applied. It increases the effect of the effort applied. Means if you apply 10 Newton force, what will happen? Its effect will be 100 Newton or more than that. Now we will do some numericals also here. So only the concept of Pascal's law and its applications is in your course. Examples are not in your course. In the reduced syllabus, examples are not in your course. But the numericals are there. And formula I have told, F upon A on the smaller piston equals to F upon A on the bigger size piston. It's clear? So you can see some questions here. And since I have taught today you this Pascal's law, so I am taking the questions of the Pascal's law. It's clear? Then the questions numericals based on the P equals to H into rho into G. You can see here. Question number 14. What force is applied on a piston of area of cross section 2 centimeter square to obtain a force of 150 Newton on the piston of area of cross section 12 centimeter square? First you read the question very carefully and see which force is for which piston. कौन सा फोर्स किस पिस्टन के लिए है? What force is applied on a piston of area of cross section 2 centimeter square? One piston is of 2 centimeter square, and what force is applied on this piston means we have to find F for this. It is clear? To obtain a force of 150 Newton on the piston of area 12 centimeter square. 150 Newton. We have to obtain 150 Newton force over this piston. It is clear? So see here, this is the bigger size piston, so that you can denote by A2. This you can denote by F2. This is A1 and this is F1 you have to find. So from Pascal's law, you can see here F1 upon A1 will be equal to F2 upon A2. No need to write a smaller piston and bigger piston because already you have noted here everything. So F1 upon 2. You don't change the unit. Why you don't change the unit? You only ensure this thing that in both cases A should be in area, should be in same unit. It is not like that here centimeter square, here millimeter square. It's clear? So it should be in same unit. It's clear? So no need to change centimeter square in meter square. Then F2 is what? 150 and A2 is 12. So what is F1? 150 upon 12 into 2 6 ja, that is equals to 25 6 ja 150. This Newton. 25 Newton. Means when you will apply 25 Newton force here, how much effect will be observed? Equal to 150 Newton. Equal to 150 Newton. It's clear? Now question number 13. Two cylindrical vessels fitted with the pistons A and B. Fitted with the pistons A and B of area of cross section 8 centimeter square and 320 centimeter square. Here this is A, you have taken this as A1, its area as A1 because it is smaller. A1 and this as A2, which is for piston B. It's clear? Respectively, and are joined at their bottom by a tube. Just I was shown in the diagram, and they are completely filled with water. When a mass of 4 kg is placed on the piston A, when you will place the mass of 4 kg here, how much force will act? Force acting on piston A. How much force will act on the piston A? So see here, you have placed the mass of 4 kg. Mass of 4 kg will produce how much weight? 4 kilogram force. 4 kilogram force. Weight of mass of 4 kg. Weight of mass of 4 kg. Now what will be the weight of mass of 4 kg? It will be equal to 4 kgf. But suppose if you have to convert it into Newton, you will multiply with the value of acceleration due to gravity. You will multiply with the value of acceleration due to gravity. It may be 10 meter per second square or it may be 9.8 meter per second square. But here I am not converting. How much weight will be produced by mass of 4 kg? That will be equal to 4 kgf. It's clear? So you have to find the pressure on the piston A. Very simple. Pressure on piston A. You can see here how much force is acting. This, what is the area? 8. So it is 4 kgf. This is F upon A. F1 upon A1, that is upon 8 centimeter square. That is 0.5 kgf per centimeter square. Then the second part is pressure on the piston B. Pressure on piston B. So how much pressure will build over the piston B? So the same pressure equals to pressure applied by piston A. It's clear? And it is how much? It is equal to 0.5 kgf per centimeter square. Same amount of pressure will build. It's clear? Then third part you can see here. The thrust means force. Thrust on the piston B. So this much pressure is acting. What is area? 320. So what is the thrust? Thrust on piston B. equals to force into equals to pressure into area. Pressure into area. Pressure is how much? 0.5. And how much is the area? Area is 320. So when you will multiply, it will be 160 that kgf. 160 kgf. It's clear? So I think it will be clear to you. It's clear? You take one more question, though all the questions are of same type here. So that question I will not do, and I will not solve completely. It's clear? So you see here, question number 11a. The diameter of the neck and bottom of the bottle are 2 centimeter and 10 centimeter. Means, see here, this is the bottle, this is the neck, and this is the bottom. Its diameter is 2 centimeter, its diameter is 10 centimeter. It's clear? So the diameter of neck, and here I am making the diagram. Here diameter is given 2r1, that is equals to 2 centimeter, and here diameter is given 2r2 equals to 10 centimeter. So what will be r1 here? 1 centimeter. What will be r2 here? 5 centimeter. The bottle is filled completely with oil. This is completely filled with oil. It's clear? Here it is completely filled with oil. If the cork in the neck is pressed with a force of 1.2 kgf, here in the neck cork is fixed. This is the blue color cork, and it is pressed by how much force? It is pressed by F equals to 1.2 kgf. By this much force it is pressed in downward direction. It's clear? So it's pressed with a force of 1.2 kgf. What force is exerted on the bottom? How much force is exerting on the bottom, that you have to find out. It's clear? So how will you do? So from Pascal's law, you can see here F1 upon A1 equals to F2 upon A2. But here A1 and A2 is not given. So how will you find A1 and A2? So A1 equals to, since it is circular, cross section is circular, so pi r1 square, that is equals to pi into, that is pi centimeter square. A2, it is pi r2 square, that is pi into 5, that is 25 pi. So now you can substitute and find out the F2. So in this way you can do the questions on Pascal's law. It's clear? Here the questions of Pascal's law are from question number 8. Then remaining numericals I will do in the next lecture. Thank you.